Good morning, everyone. NWA Prepper here. You're looking at my windshield. Where the heck is spring? It's cold. It was supposed to be nice. It's springtime. Time for flowers and bees and warm weather. Okay, that was a little silly. So today we are going to talk about stuff and if it's important. I like stuff. I like it a lot. I actually have stuff. And in that tub right there, I have stuff. It is a gift for another YouTuber that many of you follow. And if you follow me, you probably follow him. There's a likelihood of it. So that is my thank you gift for all the things that he's done for me lately. And I don't know when I'm going to get it to him. Probably not today, but soon. Anyway, back to stuff. Stuff can be important. Tourniquet holders, important. I'm trying to find other stuff that I have within reach. Flashlights, important. Tourniquets, important. But they're not everything. Stuff makes things easier. Sometimes a lot easier. Yay. I can see. Stuff doesn't change how people do things a lot of times. In their mind anyway. And then there are other people that stuff is all they have. They don't have the skills to go with the stuff. And I hate that. You need the stuff to go with your skills, not the other way around. When you go to the store and you find a widget or a gidget, whichever one you find, of something that you think that you need to have or that you would find useful, by all means, if you want to get it, fine. I buy stuff. I buy $20 of stuff a week. Or I try. Sometimes I can. The important thing is that being prepared is about some stuff. You've got to have food. You've got to have the way to grow food, to replenish your food stocks. You have to have the way to find and transport and purify water. Those things are easier with stuff. I mean, however, if you don't know how to do them, and I mean physically how to do them, by trial and error, then your stuff means diddly shit. Sorry. It means nothing. The absolute top of the line, coolest Berkey water filter with a Sawyer backup and a Life Straw initial, all that water system doesn't mean anything if you haven't had it out of the package and doing what it's supposed to do. So you can learn, it doesn't do this, or it does this better, or this one does this and this one does that. I understand. Well, if I open it, then I'm gonna lose something. I'll wear it out. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you wear something out that is that is some of the stuff for your emergency preparedness, good for you. That's awesome. Wear it out. Use that fire starting setup until you can do it anytime, anywhere, or have better luck and know the nuances of how that works. And then if you need it, go get a new one. If you use something enough to wear it out, then you're going to know how to use it correctly. You're going to know the best ways that it works for you. And on top of that, when you get a new one, it's going to last even longer because you've already learned what not to do. Pastor Joe last night, he posted it last night. Who knows when he did it. He had a video talking about somebody picking the best knife for their bug out bag. This knife or that knife. And I've done that. I've been through that. I'm not saying I'm not going to do that again. But the focus needs to be on not which one is the coolest one in my bug out bag. It needs to be the coolest one to fit the skill set that you have. Okay, I know how to do this. I know my knife needs to help me make fire starters. I know it needs to help me cut cordage. I know that it needs to be used as a defensive weapon. I know that it needs to glow in the dark. Whatever it is for your skills that you have or have an immediate plan to acquire, that's the tool that you need. I like stuff. I'm gonna do a $20 fill up, or $20 fill up. That's what they are in my head. I know I put them down as $20 preps, but to me, they're like a commercial for chicken. I got a $20 fill up, and that was a terrible impersonation, but that's what they are to me. And I'm gonna do one of those today. But the things that I buy, with few exceptions, are to augment the things that I have already learned. I have a lifetime of being out in the woods, of camping and doing things outside that a lot of people don't have. When I was a kid, not just in scouting, every month from the time I was 10, and before that it was a couple times a year, from the time I was 10, I would do a scout camp trip, and almost every month that it was warm, I would go with my father on a float trip because he was a guide on a couple rivers, and I would work the commissary boat or the cook boat or the camp setup boat, whatever you want to call it, from the time I was 10. So 2 weekends every month until I got married. I would go out and be out camping in the wilderness, where the only thing you had, when you go down the Buffalo River, all you have is what you take. And if you didn't bring it, you got to find a way to make it work. Was that bad? Shoot, no, that was the best times of my life as an individual. That's trumped a million times over by my family. My wife. Boy, you guys just don't know how lucky I am to have my wife. But being outside all those times, during the summertime, my friends and I, we live 5 miles apart, and we would be like, I'd go in and go, hey Dad, school's over, I'm gonna go to the quarry for a week and a half. All right, buddy, see you later. Throw my stuff in my backpack, I'd make a phone call. Well, you'd have to wait for the party line to clear. I'd make a phone call, tell my buddy James, I'll see you on the mountain. He's like, all right. And we'd take off, and we would go up there, and if we built a shelter, which we did sometimes, we never took a tent. The most we ever had was a tarp. And we would just spend a week or two of the summer literally until our moms made our dads come find us. Every summer. As an adult, I'd go spend a month on the Buffalo River every summer. Now, mind you, it was at a job, but we're still living in tents. You're still an hour and a half from any kind of a store. You have to gain those skills and experience, and that makes when you're shopping or you find equipment or stuff, it makes it relevant. Pertinent stuff. Things that you know how to use. When I was a kid, we ran trap lines almost all the time. Just us kids. Seldom did our parents have anything to do with it other than to tell us to keep our hides out of the house. That doesn't make me Jeremiah Johnson. I thought I was at the time. But that gives me a skill set for harvesting animals and using the resources that come on that animal. So when I buy trapping materials, I buy things that I know how to use. Not a professional trapper, never was. There's so much to learn even in things that I've done over and over and over. But my basic skill sets and some of my advanced skills make the stuff that I buy useful. If the stuff disappears, I've got skills, and or if I don't have skills in that knowledge in that area, I'm gonna go get them. So should you. No amount of stuff will ever replace an hour of training. Training is important. It's so important that I've sit here for 12 minutes, fixing to be 13, griping that you need training. You need to go to school to learn to do these things. There is a wild edibles class somewhere near you. If you're near me, there are several of them. There is a first aid class somewhere near you, or several of them. There are bushcraft schools that run day-long seminars that you can do somewhere near you. You need to get skills. If you don't go learn to use a cat tourniquet, having a cat tourniquet holder does you no good. Looks cool, man. It looks wicked cool on a belt. You need to have the skills to go with your stuff. And my suggestion is you go get the skills, you go get training, you go get knowledge, because that will affect the stuff that you buy. Don't go buy the newest, greatest and gadget and widget and not know what it is, not know how to use it. And then if you do, don't be afraid to learn. Get out and try to break it. Use it and abuse it and see what it takes to use it. I want you to be ready. I love you. I care about you. I so don't want you to suffer in times of emergency. Your stuff will not keep you from suffering. It will make your skills easier to do. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get ready.